Sometimes it's not that she doesn't care. It's not that she's lost interest. It's that she's protecting something, her peace, her feelings, or her trust. You've probably seen this before. She texts less, avoids deep conversations, maybe pulls away when things start to get real, but at the same time, she doesn't walk away either. Brooke, it feels confusing, right? Today I'm going to explain 4 clear signs that a woman may act distant, but still likes you. And by the end of this video, you'll understand the emotional psychology behind her behavior. So you'll know what's real, what's fear, and what's just unspoken affection. Before we dive into the signs, let's start here. Shibrar. Why does someone act distant, even when they like you? It's simple, but powerful. Distance is protection. Piberhuaf. People often pull back when their feelings get too real, too fast. For some women, especially those who've been hurt before, affection feels risky. Getting close means giving someone the power to hurt them again. So when she acts distant, it doesn't always mean disinterest. Sometimes it's emotional self-defense. When a woman likes you but fears getting hurt, her heart and her mind start playing tug of war. Her heart wants closeness. Her mind says, slow down. So if you're seeing mixed signals, warmth one day, coldness the next, she might not be playing games. She's fighting her own emotions. Now, let's break this down into 4 clear signs she's doing exactly that. She creates space but keeps the connection before you text her, and sometimes she takes hours to reply. She cancels a plan here or there. She says she's been busy or just tired. But notice this, she never fully disappears. She still watches your stories, still reacts to your posts, still finds small reasons to reach out. Hey, did you watch that show? Or just checking in? That's not indifference. That's her saying, I care, but I'm pacing myself. In emotional psychology, this is called protective distancing. It's how someone manages vulnerability. Staying close enough to feel connected, but far enough to feel safe. When she creates distance yet maintains small bonds, she's not leaving. She's testing your consistency. She's asking silently, will you still be here even when I'm not easy to read? The right move? Don't chase. Don't pressure. Just stay grounded and calm. Show her that your interest isn't based on how often she shows up. It's based on the respect you have for her energy. Patience becomes power in this situation. Her words say, I'm fine, but her eyes say something else. Emotional distance often hides behind polite language. You ask, what's wrong? She says nothing. You ask if she's upset. She smiles and says, no, I'm good. The truth is, her tone, her eyes, her silence, they tell a completely different story. That's the conflict between emotion and logic. Her logic says, don't show too much. Her emotion says, I wish he could just understand. In psychology, this is called emotional dissonance. When someone's feelings and expressions are out of sync. It's common in women who have deep emotions but struggle with emotional safety. When a woman feels something powerful but isn't sure it's safe to express it, she hides it behind control. So how do you know the difference between indifference and guarded affection? Watch for microsignals, the small, unspoken gestures. She listens more carefully than she admits. She notices details about you, like your routines, habits, or tone. Her energy softens when you're kind. These are the cracks in her armor. She's not cold. She's cautious. If you sense this, respond with emotional steadiness. Instead of saying, you're acting distant, say, hey, I just want you to know I'm here. No pressure, no rush. That one line can melt walls faster than any grand gesture. She gets defensive when you show interest. Here's something many men misunderstand. A woman likes you deeply. She can become defensive when she feels exposed. Let's say you compliment her. She brushes it off. You say you miss her. She jokes about it or changes the topic. You try to get closer. She suddenly becomes sarcastic or a little colder than usual. Ibra, why? Because in her mind, closeness equals vulnerability. Ibra and vulnerability to her feels like danger. A woman who's been hurt associates attention with expectation and expectation with disappointment. So her instinct is to protect herself before she gets attached. That's why she acts distant right when things start to get emotionally real. It's not rejection, it's emotional self-preservation. Here's the key, Iberka, when she pulls away after intimacy, don't take it personally. Ibersi, she's recalibrating. She's testing whether the connection is real or just temporary. Iberswe, give her emotional breathing space and consistency. Not silence, not withdrawal, just steady presence. Abri, when she realizes your care isn't conditional, her defenses start to fade. This one's subtle, but it's one of the clearest indicators she feels something real. You'll notice moments when she suddenly opens up, maybe about her past, her fears, her dreams, and then immediately distances herself afterward. That's not mood swings. That's vulnerability hangover, a term in psychology that describes how people feel exposed after emotional honesty. She might text something personal late at night, then act cool the next day. Or she shares a memory that obviously matters, then changes the subject. Alberswear, that push-pull isn't manipulation. It's her heart saying too much. When a once believe her, because for her that moment took courage. Courage. Opare. So when she retreats again, don't chase or question it. Just respect it. Respect it. Let her return when she feels ready. Abrafi, and when she does, treat her vulnerability with care, not curiosity. That's how trust grows. Slowly, quietly, authentically. What to do when she acts distant? Now that you understand the signs, let's talk about your part. Because awareness without action doesn't create connection. Here's what you can do when she acts distant but clearly cares. Don't take her distance personally. Her distance isn't always about you. It's about her emotional bandwidth. She might be dealing with stress, pressure, or internal conflict. Taking it personally only adds weight to something that's already heavy. Instead, say less and observe more. Actions often speak louder than reactions. Stay consistent, not clingy. Consistency builds trust. Clinginess builds pressure. To woman is emotionally invested. Sometimes distance is just disinterest. So how do you know when it's worth your patience? Watch for these subtle cues. She still finds small reasons to stay connected. She listens when you speak, even if she's quiet. She defends you when you're not around. She shows care through small actions, not big words. If those signs are there, stay grounded. If they're not, respect yourself enough to move on. Because love should bring peace, not confusion. Love is not about chasing what runs. It's about understanding what hides. Sometimes she pulls away because she feels too much. And sometimes distance is her way of saying, I care, but I'm scared. The key isn't to chase her walls down. It's to make her realize she doesn't need them when she's around you. So be kind, be patient, but most importantly, be steady. Because in a world full of people trying to impress, the one who stays calm always stands out. If you found yourself in this message, remember, emotional connection isn't about who talks the most, it's about who listens with understanding. And that, my friend, is how distant hearts find their way back.